I think we are live. Let me just check on the Facebook. Hello, everyone. Let me just quickly go to our group. Yeah, Chelsea, I can see us. So we're all here. Excellent. Well, we'll start. And obviously, this is recorded, so you can always jump in, whether it's tomorrow or tonight or the day after. It's going to be available on in our Facebook group, also on our Facebook page. But we thought Chelsea and I will run a live on maintenance. Many of you have entered the May Makeover Challenge, and today's your last day on phase 2. So tomorrow you're entering phase 3, which is maintenance. So only 21 days to go, 21 more days to go, and you will graduate from Slim by Nature experience. That's what I say. Chelsea is probably the best one to explain everything that is happening throughout the maintenance. And we have a little surprise for you. We have been listening to you. We have been watching what's happening in the group. We have been talking to you behind the scenes. And many of you have expressed concern. What do you do after you finish maintenance? It's almost like some of you feeling paralyzed on you don't want to undo the hard work. And we've got something exciting for you. So make sure you actually stay till the end so we can announce it. It will be available to you. And yeah, I'll talk more about it. I don't want to go ahead of me. But some key dates that I want to mention and remind you all. So tomorrow is the 9th of June. I can't believe it's the 9th of June. I'm still working in February because our projects are still not finished from February. But 9th of June tomorrow, first day of phase 3, which is the maintenance phase. On the 29th of June, that's when we finish our last day. So last day of phase 3. And then we've got about a week in between. And normally what we do, Normally what we do, we are waiting for you to share your results, share your experiences. And then on the 6th of July, we are going to announce a winner. So that's exciting. So they're the key dates. Let me just quickly... So yeah, if you have any questions, we can see while Chelsea will be chatting about maintenance, I will be able to go through the questions and the comments and actually respond to you and reply. Exciting thing, if you haven't seen them yet, or if you for some unknown reason missed out on our announcement, we have released on Sunday night, we have released ear seeds, and they've been popping up on my feed in the last maybe 12 months, but I think in the last 3 or so months, I've been literally bombarded with them. So we have decided to release them in Slim by Nature, simply because from what we've read, and Chelsea from what you've read and from what I've read, there are enormous benefits of having them on your ears. They look so cute, and I'll show you. We just received. So I think on the website you'll find you have either 24 karat gold or silver. So these are the little seeds that you would be applying onto your ear. Again, with this kit, you are getting an application kit that actually shows you all the different ways and the points, the acupuncture points, where you can apply the seeds for different benefits. For example, if you're suffering with inflammation or digestion, neck pain, which is me, so I'm going to try that tonight, lower back pain and hip, sleep insomnia. I think I've shared this one in the group last night. We have also shared an application for weight loss, relaxation and well-being, and stress and anxiety. So you will be getting an application kit. So don't stress. It will actually show you the points that you need to place your beautiful ear seeds. And maybe in the next day or so, we'll be releasing gorgeous pearls. I think this is just so fancy.
I know. I can't wait to try them. I always thought they looked really cool. I didn't know that when I first saw them, I didn't know that they actually had like therapeutic benefits, or that they linked up to any of the meridians. So super keen to try. They look so pretty.
Yeah, they do. And I always thought as well with the younger girls, they have like, I'm like, how do they actually get through
Yeah,
being
I've got to.
white? So, but you can see that they're gorgeous. So we'll release the pearls and the multicolored ones in the next couple of days. But all your orders for the earsets will be dispatched tomorrow. So Alia is coming early tomorrow because I think from the Sunday up until today we've restocked 3 times. So we literally selling them out. They're selling like crazy. Exciting news as well. On Tuesday, I'm bringing a lady who's actually a specialist, a therapist, and she will be. I'll have like an interview, and we'll be talking about the benefits of ESEEDS, the application. So if you just pencil it in for now, but it's 7 p.m. next Tuesday. And again, we'll post a little bit more information in our group. Her name is Kate, and she'll be coming to join us live to talk all about ESEEDS. So I'm super excited about that. So that's it from me now, I think. Yeah, so I've spoken about the demonstration and know how to next Tuesday. Last thing, of course, this week only we released Detox on the Go on sale. It's a 30% off. The code is Detox30. It's the most popular program chosen by you. So we actually have statistics and we'll look back each week and each month. And Detox on the Go is by far the best program that you love. So we also decided to release this program on sale because we just entered winter. But with Detox on the Go, it gives you about 2 months to go through the program. So by the time you finish the 30-day program, Detox on the Go, we'll be entering spring. And it's just a perfect way to enter spring where you feel clean, a little bit lighter, you're glowy, and your energy levels up. So definitely use this opportunity. It's only this week, 30% off, Detox 30. So that's me for now, and I'll pass you on to Chelsea, and she'll run through maintenance and the importance of maintenance. One thing I need to mention, and probably Chelsea will talk more about it, but in my experience, we get so excited when we finish phase 2, right? We've lost about 7 kilos on 30 days, and we almost give ourselves a little permission to start going out, to have a little bit more wine than normally. But maintenance is crucial. You really need to lock your weight loss in. You really need to reset your metabolism. So the 3 weeks on maintenance, you cannot skip. If you skip those 3 weeks, I guarantee you'll be back in 3 months. And it's not because the program doesn't work. The program works only when you complete the program with the maintenance phase. And simply, you just don't want to undo everything that you've done in the last 30 days. So make sure you actually listen to Chelsea, take some notes. This will be on review, on replay, and please continue with maintenance. Over to you, Chelsea, and I'll just check on the messages and comments.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I think that's a really good point. I think it's really important to make sure that you do consider maintenance as part of your actual detox in a way, because it is a really essential part of the program. So you've gone through all this hard work during your detox to actually lose the weight and to change your habits and to start feeling really good, and to make eating well a really integral part of your routine and something you actually now enjoy. So I think that's where maintenance is extra important, because it kind of not only does it lock in your results, but it also kind of gives you more of a view of how you can continue with all of your new habits kind of post-detox as well. How you can make sure that those habits weren't just for your detox, that you can actually incorporate them into your lifestyle moving forward as you have a little bit more freedom. So it does last for 3 weeks, and it's based on the principle of reverse dieting. So basically, by slowly increasing your portions of fruit and veg, and then at the same time, we're also adding in healthy fats. So if anybody has already had a good look through your guide, you will have seen the way that the portions are broken down, and it does, every week has a slightly different focus, but it does work to slowly increase all of those portions. So a really key factor that you will notice, and that I just mentioned of maintenance, is that we reintroduce healthy fats. So firstly, I just kind of want to mention why we don't actually include fats or any healthy fats during phase 2. You will all notice that our approved food list doesn't really have too many healthy fats in there. Egg, a little bit of meat, that's about it. And although healthy fats are really important for the body in the long term, they make up all of our cells, they help with our hormones, they do a lot of essential functions. But during a period of detox, there's a lot of research that shows that they're not essential every single day. We can go through periods without consuming excess amounts of healthy fats. But another benefit of not actually having the healthy fats is that it takes a lot of load off our liver. So our livers are responsible for breaking down any fats that we eat through our diet. And that's basically because the liver helps to produce and release bile, which breaks down our healthy fats. So during phase 2, while we're not consuming healthy fats, our liver has a lot more energy and time to be able to go through its 2 phases of detoxification, help to actually eliminate lots of toxins, excess hormones, stress byproducts, inflammatory products, and everything else. Because as our bodies are releasing fat and whatnot, a lot of people don't actually realize that our fat cells actually store a lot of particularly vitamins. So all of our fat soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K, are all stored, sequestered in our fat cells, and as are a lot of inflammatory products and a lot of other byproducts and compounds. If we want to kind of speak on a more holistic point of view, I also definitely believe and have seen firsthand that I think fat can also hold emotions in many ways. I think we can store a lot of past emotions and traumas in our fat cells. And so as we're releasing, the fat soluble vitamins, but also potentially some emotions, we really want to make sure that they're not just getting recycled within our body. So that's another reason why healthy fats aren't in there, so that the liver can actually work to make sure all of that is getting eliminated.
And that's a good point, Chels. We have some women who actually private message us and say, I don't understand what's happening with me. I've been so tired, or I've been so lethargic, or I've been so emotional, I'm just crying. So that's probably what's exactly happening within our bodies.
Absolutely. And I mean, I will say this, that opinion isn't science-based, but from my experience and from, I think, what a lot of us have seen, even here at Slim by Nature, is that it definitely does occur. It can be quite an emotional time losing weight, and not just because it's a change or it's challenging. It's literally these changes that our bodies are going through, and potentially releasing some stored emotions as well. So we want to make sure that we're actually releasing them and they're not just continuing to float around in our bodies.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then during maintenance, we do add back in those healthy fats because, as I said before, they are a really important part of a long-term healthy diet. So healthy fats are really essential for the health of all of our cells. So this includes our brain function, skin health, gut health. They also help us to feel fuller for longer. So basically, if we have some healthy fats sitting in our gut, and protein and fiber also does a really similar function. It slows down the rate that we absorb glucose, and it can promote us to feel satiated for longer and to promote a more balanced energy. And it can also be used as a secondary fuel source. So basically also helping to balance out that blood glucose so that we don't get that big spike and then that big drop, which, often people can experience that in the afternoon or at other times of the day. So a few sources of fats that will be added in, you'll see avocado, Greek yogurt, and also nuts, seeds, and some oils as well. So I just wanted to touch on kind of the science of reverse dieting. Like I mentioned at the start, our maintenance phase is all kind of processed or planned around this reverse dieting. So it's basically slowly increasing our calories, not just our calories, but our overall energy and nutrient intake back up towards what a normal long-term level would be. And basically there's a lot of evidence to show that this can help to promote, I guess it would be more that it helps to regulate our energy and our hunger and satiety so we can be better in touch with how we're feeling. Often what happens if people have gone through a quick period of weight loss, then they just jump straight back into normal, their hunger hormones are all over the place. Their body doesn't know what's going on because our fat cells are actually what store and produce our hunger hormones. So the more of them you have, the less hungry you feel. But our bodies can be completely thrown out of whack if we just jump from, a diet or a small portion of eating back to big portions, particularly if people weren't eating well before and they pick up all these old healthy habits. It can completely mess with your experience of hunger and satiety, which is why maintenance is so, so essential. And it's a big reason that disconnect from hunger and satiety is a big reason why people say that, you'll just put back on all the weight that you lost from a diet. It doesn't have to be that way if you work your way out of that diet effectively, which again is why maintenance is so, so important. So we're basically slowly rebalancing hormones, metabolic rate back to your pre-detox level, so that when you do reach the end of maintenance and you are eating as you were, not as you were before, better than you were before, but as you could be long term, your body can actually deal with it. So I also wanted to touch on the detox products, so our drops and patches. They do work in a really similar way, and they contain a lot of the same ingredients as our phase 1 and 2 patches. So they will help to continue fat burning, they'll help to continue to promote detoxification, and they'll help to continue balancing out your cravings and your hunger. They then also contain added ingredients that helps to further stimulate fat burning and specifically metabolism. So like I said before, we want to help the metabolism to lift back up to what it was pre-detox, or even better, really, so that you can confidently go into a long-term way of eating that is nourishing and wholesome, and you don't have to constantly be scared that you're going to put on a bunch of weight. So our drops really work to target that as well. So they help you to continue burning fat long after the detox phase and even the maintenance phase is complete. Also promoting those healthy blood glucose levels, squashing cravings, promoting energy and stamina. Okay, and then I just quickly wanted to touch on some tips to help you succeed through maintenance. So it depends on the person, and we definitely get a lot of different types of feedback. Some people do say that they find it difficult to eat the volume that they're kind of required on maintenance, which I guess the first thing I have to say about that is it's a really incredible sign of how quickly our bodies can adapt. Because often at the start of the program, people might be saying it's so much food or it's so much more than what they were eating, which is often why people come to Slim by Nature, because their old eating habits weren't optimal. So if you get to your maintenance phase and you find it difficult to eat that much volume of food, it's a really good sign that your hunger and satiety hormones have really started to balance themselves out. And you're starting to really become connected to your body and exactly what it needs and what it requires. It can definitely happen that people can find it difficult to eat or increase their portions purely because their bodies have adapted so well. So for those people, I would say that it's really, really important to try to stimulate your digestive secretions. Often what happens is that we feel as though we don't want food, or we might not feel hungry if our bodies aren't really ready to digest it. So working to help to stimulate your digestive secretions, that could be by having a calorie kicker before meals. And often people will also have this to balance out their cravings afterwards. And it absolutely does both because of the effect that it has on your blood glucose levels. So it will help you to digest your food, which can then help you to feel more hungry or more ready to actually consume some food if you have been feeling like the food's a little bit too much. Then it can also help to prevent that energy crash or those cravings afterwards. Other things like our teas, so specifically our T1, that one has the most amount of ingredients that are really specific for stimulating digestion. So I would say to drink that about 40 minutes or 40 minutes before a meal. And then after 20 minutes, you'd have your drops. And then after another 20 minutes is when you would eat your meal. And then other really simple things like making sure you chew your food enough, allowing yourself to salivate. This one can sound a little bit strange, but if you're cooking something, let yourself enjoy all of the aromas and actually be excited for your food, because research shows that that is really significant for helping to stimulate your digestion and helping you to better digest your food. And anytime we're digesting our food better, we're also able to absorb more of the nutrients, which then helps our skin to glow and our energy levels to be higher, and also allows us to sleep deeper, and literally any other function that our body does. If we have more nutrients, it's going to be able to do it better. And for those people who potentially are still feeling a little bit hungry, sometimes another thing that can happen is when you start eating a little bit more, some people can feel like they want a lot more. So if you're still feeling a little bit hungry, I would definitely say, like we would say through phase 2, is to make the most of all of those unlimited foods. So really, I'm sure other people saw on the news that the price of lettuce has gone up like crazy. If you can grow any in your backyard, absolutely go ahead, because it's so easy to grow. It literally grows like wildfire. Otherwise, your cucumber, your onions, really use up those unlimited foods, because adding that volume without even adding any extra energy or calories to your meal really helps us to feel more satiated, and helps keep us feeling fuller for longer. And then
of growing your own food, exactly for that reason. I think someone told me Hungry Jack's was not serving burgers yesterday or before.
Apparently, they're saying that they're going to combine their lettuce with cabbage, because cabbage is much cheaper or something.
Okay, yeah. But for those who are looking into grow your own food, I highly recommend Vegepods. And if you haven't, we can post a link. I personally bought one a couple of years ago, and we have lettuce growing. So my child still has her sandwiches with lettuce in it. And we have mint growing. Basil, obviously, it overgrows, but it's such an easy if you have never done gardening or growing your own herbs and spices. This is probably the best way to start. It's super easy. Anyone can do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. But also what it does, it actually kind of arouses your senses around you want to go and start digging in the dirt, and that's fantastic. So I'll post the link. I made a note, and I'll post a link for anyone who's interested. And I think a couple of years ago we actually ran a giveaway for someone, and one of our ladies won the Vegepods. So they're fantastic.
Oh, wow. That'd be a nice win. Yeah, and there are lots of other benefits to growing your own food, like reduced food mileage. So any distance that our food has to travel is more time for nutrients to deplete, and obviously a lot more resources in terms of environmental impact. They're significantly, if you can pick some food straight from the ground and eat it, it has, I don't even know how many times more nutrients in it. So there are so many benefits if you can. And even in an apartment, I think there's so many ways. Like Vegepods can be used in an apartment. You can buy little greenhouses or little raised planters from Bunnings. So there's lots of options. And that's all I had for maintenance. Unless anyone has any questions specifically for maintenance.
I've been trying to respond to comments, so have a look if I missed anything. Oh, Alicia is here. Hi, Queens. I love how she says, hello, Queens. Good to see you. How's Melbourne treating you? It must be freezing. Oh, you guys. Oh, you Chelsea in Melbourne today as well.
Yeah, I'm in Melbourne at the moment. It's cold. I think it's bearable because I know I'm going to be going back up north soon. So I'm like, it's freaking nice. But if I lived here, I'd probably be.
Well, Chelsea is coming up in 2 weeks' time to Gold Coast.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
26th, yeah. So we'll be spending a whole week all together. So it's going to be exciting. So it's long overdue, but she will be here. So you'll see our faces more often together. So, ladies, any questions? This is the opportunity to actually ask us about the maintenance phase. And remember how I said in the very beginning, we've got something for you. So for those who still stressing about, not, I suppose not still stressing, but stressing about what to do after maintenance or post maintenance, we have prepared something. Chelsea's been working for, I don't know how many days, literally nonstop, how many hours we've put into it. And what we have come up with is a blueprint for post detox. So this blueprint covers 3 areas: the lifestyle, the movement, and nutrition. So this is formatted in a PDF, and it's actually available from our website right now. Normally it is, I'll just quickly get through the things. It's $69, but today you can purchase it for $37. It's, as I said, we talk about the lifestyle, the stress, what actually causes weight gain. We give you tips. We also give you recipes. We also talk about the movement and the tips. We all kind of know what we need to do, but when it comes to a daily doing, sometimes it's easy to have this blueprint and for us to actually refer to, rather than having a guessing game. And as women, we're too busy to actually do everything right. So sometimes it's not that we're failing, it's more of we need guidance. So Chelsea has created a fantastic document. I don't know how many pages there are.
I think there's 22 pages or something like that in the end.
Already?
Yeah.
How many pages?
22. I think it's 22 or 23, yeah.
So she's included activities, she's included quite beautiful infographics. So it's not just a boring essay that you need to read. It's not a book. It's something that you can refer to. You can screenshot it. You can make notes. Of course, it's something that we want to charge, $37 only. Please, if you purchase, do not send it over to anyone else. It's our IP, so we would appreciate if it stays with you, and for others to purchase, that would be great. But it's a valuable document, and it will make your mind at ease. Of course, if you there's other thing that we have been noticing, and we've been asked quite a few times. Almost some of you want to have the personalized approach. Well, what do I do after maintenance? And we're happy to help. We're happy to do that. For that, you'll need to book a session with Chelsea, and we would be able to help you to actually navigate maybe even the first 3 weeks post detox. You would benefit from it. It's all very personable. So reach out if you need this service, and we will definitely help. But Chelsea, just quickly run through that post detox blueprint, and I'll put a link in comments so you can actually dive in. If you've got nothing better to do tonight, you can actually get through it, make some notes. So yeah, here we go.
Yeah, definitely. So as Zhanna said, we cover the 3 main kind of areas of a healthy, holistic life. So lifestyle, movement, and nutrition. So within lifestyle, we go through stress management techniques. So also along the way, there's a little bit of extra information about how stress can impact your weight and weight management. So we go through stress, we go through sleep, which is another really key factor, not just for maintaining your weight, but obviously for your mental health. And there are so many other aspects of our health that are impacted by our sleep. So research shows that people who regularly don't get enough sleep or enough deep sleep have higher risk of developing lots of chronic illnesses, diabetes, even things like low moods and depression. Mm-hmm. So we go through a full sleep hygiene checklist as well. And then environment as well is included in the lifestyle section. So it's really reducing your toxin exposure. So throughout your detox through Slim by Nature, you will have not just been losing excess weight, but also you're releasing a lot of toxins that your body may have been hanging on to, whether they were sequestered within your fat or there were toxins that you were being continually exposed to within your environment. So we go through kind of that environmental health as well, how to reduce a lot of that toxin exposure. Then we get into movement. So if anyone has ever listened to me speak about movement before, I like to reiterate that at SBN, we really prefer the word movement to exercise because, exercise is very, very important, but we can live a healthy lifestyle simply by making sure that we have enough movement in our life. So it doesn't necessarily mean that we all need to go to the gym and lift heavy weights or go for long runs. If you're like me and you really like to do that, cool. Absolutely go ahead. There are so many benefits to doing it, but you can get a lot of the same benefits to live a long, healthy, happy life from simply putting movement into your day or more movement into your day. So we covered that in a lot more depth within the post-detox blueprint. And then the last section is nutrition. So this is probably the one area that people tend to stress a little bit more about or fret a little bit more about once they've finished their detox. So obviously you've gone through all of this work to lose some weight, and you want to be able to maintain that. The really key kind of aspect here is that when people are detoxing for 30 or 60 days, we can recommend smaller portion sizes and really controlled food as long as it's nutrient dense, which is exactly how we've designed our program. There's so much research that gives incredible benefits, not just for losing weight, but also for promoting longevity, reducing a lot of chronic illness risk, which we talk a little bit about in the post-detox as well, all of those benefits. But the thing is, when it comes to long-term, we can't tell every single person exactly how to eat without a personalized kind of consultation and continually kind of doing follow-ups and keeping on track with a healthcare professional who's kind of following your progress. So within this blueprint, we have kind of come up with some ways to be able to give you some really good guides or really good blueprint, literally a framework of how to eat long term that you can still tailor to yourself. So within there's a few calculations that you can do based on your weight and movement and lots of other factors to figure out certain kind of food requirements. There are a couple that we give as set. So for example, fiber, we give a different set amount of fiber that we recommend compared to what kind of the Australian recommendation or general nutritional recommendation is, for really specific reasons, which we also go into in the post-detox, that are so beneficial for helping to maintain a healthy weight. So all of that information and more is in the post-detox. And then at the end, there's also recipes. So we've just included a couple just to kind of give you a bit of an idea for some healthy, wholesome recipes. So there is one that's a cleaning product. And then there's breakfast, mains, there's a dessert, snacks as well. Obviously, there are heaps of other healthy recipes out there, but at least with the combination of the few recipe examples that we've given in the end and all of the details that we've given within the nutrition section, you'll have a really great kind of tool set behind you to be able to move forward confidently, knowing almost exactly what to eat and exactly what you should be trying to hit every day or every week when it comes to your nutrition, so that you know that you can continue to feel as amazing as you did after your detox.
Amazing. Chelsea, we've got a couple of questions. I think one was maybe a comment and I tried to reply, but maybe it was deleted. What do you do on maintenance when you kind of can't do the full 3 weeks? So, people start traveling or they've got a holiday or they didn't time it well. So really, there's 3 weeks for a reason, but what is the best advice to give for someone who needs to cut it short? And there's no shortcuts, just so you know. Because we want to help you, we'll figure it out. And I know Chelsea's got an answer.
I do have an answer, but people might not like it. My answer really is to make sure that you do the maintenance, because the thing about maintenance is that you do have a lot more freedom. So you can make it work in a lot of different situations, whether you're eating out or if you're going away for an extended period of time. You can still enjoy a lot of different foods within the maintenance portions. So really my best recommendation is to make sure you do that full 3 weeks and enjoy those extra foods. The other really good thing about when you're on maintenance is because there is a little bit of oil that's now added and butter, you can eat out a lot more easily, because often when you're eating out, when you're on detox, you need to be double checking that they're not adding oil to your veggies and to your meats and whatever else. But when you're into maintenance, you're not in phase 2 anymore, you don't have to worry about that. So it makes it so much easier to eat out and to enjoy yourselves. Otherwise, it's kind of the same suggestions that we give to people through phase 2 if they've kind of fallen off the bandwagon a bit, is just to jump straight back on, or for anyone who knows that they have something coming up and they are going to just eat as they please either way, do like your absolute best. Literally the closest you stick to the exact maintenance, the best results you'll have, not just, that week, but in the long term, because like I was explaining before, it is so essential for helping your body to rebalance and to make sure that your body can actually continue to burn and stay, your hunger and your satiation are all nice and level, and you're connected with all those feelings.
If I may add something, don't freak out. Maintenance, the way we paint it and the way we actually talk about it, it's not a big monster in your closet that, you don't know what's happening. If you actually, even if you don't have all 3 weeks to devote to maintenance, but if you read the guide and if you understand what foods you're allowed to have on maintenance, then you can make sound decisions. Rule number 1, stay away from sugars. Rule number 2, stay away from carbs. And rule number 3, try to avoid alcohol until the very, very, very pretty much last time. Well, what do you say? Very, very last minute, right? So where we see the people who actually fail on maintenance is when the first thing is they have is the alcohol, and that just ruins the whole thing. So going back to your booklet, make sure you read, you understand the foods, look, even screenshot it, take it with you on holidays, and know when you go to restaurants, it's so easy to order the right thing. I normally have never an issue ordering even phase 2 approved meals, and maintenance, it's super easy. All you have to do with maintenance is the portions. So because each time with each week we increase our portions, so we introduce something, so it's just if you kind of learn that subject, to treat it as a subject at university or at school, and that way you've got this mental note when you travel, when you go. And actually, interesting thing I saw on Instagram literally last week, and I was going to share, you can say no when you travel on airplane to snacks. You can actually say no. You don't have to eat them. You don't need to have those nibbles. You don't need to have all these biscuits. You can say no because you have already know and you've experienced the when you're going through the actual fasting period. So no, I don't know if you're even flying to Europe and it's an 8-hour flight, you can choose healthy options, but you don't need to snack all the time. And actually, when I read it, I thought it's a snacking culture on an airplane. We don't need to do this. So just drop it. Again, when you're on holidays, when you're at, let's say, Bali resort and all this beautiful, delicious food is coming, yes, you can't say no to everything, but just be mindful of portions. That's my number 3.
And the other thing on 2 things I'll say about airplanes is a lot of people don't realize you can actually bring your own meals on airplanes as long as you've either eaten them before you land or you throw them out when you get there. So you are actually allowed to pre-prepare your own food and bring it on. And another thing that I just want to say about flying is, especially if you're going to a different time zone, you can experience significantly less jet lag if you don't eat on the plane, because when we eat, it's one of the strongest cues for our circadian rhythms and our internal body clocks. If you're constantly snacking while you're on the plane, it's going to completely throw your body out, even more so than it already will be traveling to a different time zone. So if you can avoid eating or eating much, like having a little snack or something like something really easily digestible, like a smoothie or a soup, that's healthy on the plane, that's going to be kind of the best way moving forward to help you better adapt to the new time zone as well.
And also, one thing that I highly recommend is stock up on our inner goodness patches. They're perfect for travel. They will help you with your lymphatic flow. They will help you with your water retention. And with the lymphatic patches, the inner goodness, you can actually wear them for as long as you want. So it's not something like a detox patch where you only have up to 60 days you're supposed to be wearing the patch. With lymphatic patches, you can wear them month to month. So this is definitely, and Chelsea, I think you love them when you first started. You tried them.
I've had some crazy experiences with the lymphatic patches. It like completely healed up a little lymphatic block that I had that would normally get like 10 times worse. And a few times where I've woken up with just randomly like a full puffy face. If I put them in a spot that I know is like near a drainage point, I found that it just dissipates so much quicker. So yeah, it's a great product, and it would be so good for flying, especially on a long haul flight.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, well, I think, look, we only 5 minutes over because we know there's State of Origin happening tonight. So if anyone is following, you've got 20 minutes to grab a glass of water and enjoy the show. But I think we've covered everything else. So just to summarize, tomorrow, for those who are starting May Makeover, or not starting, who are on the May Makeover Challenge, you are entering Phase 3, day 1. So you're starting maintenance. Any questions, please? I think Haley G, she did ask if we can put daily reminders of the food intake on maintenance. So I've tagged as be an angel. So girls, you decide, and we'll slot it in everything else. But even I think it's a good little thing, like even little reminders, little tips. Will help you to get through this. But Haley, you're a professional now. You're an expert in and detox. You've done so fantastically well. So maintenance starts tomorrow. If you are starting or planning to start Slim by Nature program, we have a pre-detox course that is fantastic, and we don't give it enough love, I always say, but it's almost like a Bible for anyone who wants really to devote time to the health routine, and actually to get into not even just our Slim by Nature program, but in general, if you want to change your habits, this pre-detox course is, again, it's available on our website. It's 12 modules, and it will take you maybe a couple of hours to read, but it will probably require about a week to start implementing, so you understand and continue on with the journey. But I highly recommend pre-detox course. It's something that you will not find anywhere, and again, we have created it from scratch, and it's a fantastic tool for those who are planning to start Slim by Nature journey. So pre-detox course. We've spoken about the maintenance. The AEST, all the orders are going to be dispatched tomorrow. We'll take some photos behind the scenes, and we'll show you the new 2 additions that will be added to the website tomorrow. At this stage, from what I see, my favorites are the gold and the pearls, and the pearls look fantastic. So Chelsea, when you come to the Slim by Nature office, we'll do some sitting upon you as well. So we've covered that. We also having a live session, so interview session next Tuesday with Kate, who will be talking about AEST. So the whole session is dedicated to that. We'll be talking about how to apply, the benefits, and any questions you might have, you would be able to ask her directly. We also have spoken about our blueprint for post-detox. So if you have any questions, do reach out. You're not alone. And again, just remember, it's not a competition. It's your own journey. You're running your own race. So just make sure you remember your whys and you follow your North Star. No one else is better, only you. So this is your health journey. You've stepped into it for a reason. So don't give up on yourself. This is my last advice. Don't ever give up on yourself. You matter, and you're needed by so many people and so many friends and loved ones. They all need you, but you have to, just like on an airplane, to put the mask on yourself first before you can save the world, or in our case, save the dogs and look after husbands and kids and everyone else and make dinners. Yes, make sure you don't forget and don't give up on your dream and don't give up on your why. Any questions? If we missed something, we will jump on it later tonight or tomorrow. But last thing is Detox on the Go is on sale, so 30% off. This is the last thing. Detox 30, grab the Detox 30. Detox on the Go, it's one of our most popular programs, and I know you'll love it. Anything else, Chelsea?
Just quickly, the first 2 days of maintenance are the same portions as detox, so nothing will change for another 2 days.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's a good note. Okay, ladies, well, you enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you in the group. And thank you for those who actually joined our little private group and helped me to choose a final design for our new product that is going to be coming. I don't know in how long. 60 weeks, I would say. So yeah, excited. All super exciting. Excellent. Well, good night, ladies.
Night, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thanks. Bye.